Thank you for watching my video on channel EQ. On the Midas board, I have preset an EQ I know is good for communicating speech on television, radio, and internet. Let's look at the EQ I have set for the new podium microphones. First, I have cut all frequencies below 95 Hz. This will cut out all your bassy background noises like trucks driving past or air conditioning fans. The low male human voice doesn't go much lower than 150 Hz, so you really aren't losing very much information or nuance by cutting below 95 Hz. Most subwoofers begin at 80 Hz, so we are keeping the speaking voice out of the subwoofer. Next, I have reduced the bass ever so slightly from 224 Hz down. This general area of the EQ spectrum is where audio sounds muddy. I reduced these frequencies to clear up the speech, making it generally easier for the ear to understand. It is especially helpful for the older audience with slight hearing damage. It should be noted that with a female voice, I will tend to turn the bass back up. Above 7 kHz, I have reduced the treble to smooth out the sound. This helps take away from the harshness of the S's especially. If you notice a speaker hitting hard with their S's, turn it down even further. The Midas has 7 sweepable EQs per channel, providing more than enough EQ for any show. The first is your high-pass filter over beside your gain. You might want to use it to reduce popping P's. I have it set pretty standard at 95, but if someone is popping their P's, you may want to turn it up as high as 200. The next 2 buttons I will show you are the shelves. They will control all of the bass or all of the treble. First, the bass. You can select EQ number 1 by hitting the low button. This is set as a shelf, so when you control it, you're controlling all the bass from 225 Hz and below. I generally turn it up or down depending on the deepness of the voice speaking. I would rarely change the frequency from 225 Hz. The high button is another shelf that controls all the treble above 7 kHz. I generally use it to control S's. Sometimes, if a speaker is very S'y, I will change the frequency of the shelf to as low as 4 kHz and keep turning it down until it becomes comfortable. It also helps to control screechy feedback. The next 4 buttons I will show you can eliminate specific problem frequencies. If you hit the low mid button, you will get EQ number 3. If you hit the high mid button, you will get EQ number 4. If you hit both the low mid and the low button at the same time, you will get EQ number 2. If you hit both the high mid and the high button, you will get EQ number 5. Each of these middle frequency EQ work the same and are generally used to fight feedback or reduce annoying hums in the room. To use it, select an EQ. We will use EQ number 4 by selecting the high mid button. The first thing to do is to reduce the gain using the EQ gain knob. The next thing to do is sweep the frequency knob to find the offending tone. The last adjustment will be the width. A wide width will reduce a chunk of the noise. A thin width will reduce a specific feedback tone. A great place to use EQ is on the master channel, which is feeding the loudspeakers to control feedback. This will reduce feedback in the room without affecting the media feeds. Thanks for watching my video on EQ.